Welcome to the next part of the circular knitting machine Christmas countdown. In this part we are going to knit popcorn garland. It's very easy and soothing to make. Invest a few minutes in drinking a cup of coffee or tea while watching this video and you will knit yards and yards of Christmas popcorn with your machine. What do we need? These are other videos which are listed in the Circular Knitting Machine Christmas Countdown playlist at my channel. Of course, we need any circular knitting machine. It doesn't matter which one you use. I use my small baby. You need your yarn needle and you need a pair of scissors, of course, and you need yarn. For this example, for this tutorial, I'm going to use purple because so I can show you very good what you have to watch carefully. For start, you turn the handle till you turn the cranks till the odd color needle appears and you are going to cast on. You start with putting a little tail inside the big hole in the machine and then your working yarn is on your left. You put it under the needle. See, it's a little hook. And then you're gonna crank slowly and you're gonna put the yarn behind the second needle and under the third needle, and then we're gonna do something that's very important. You're gonna turn a little further and put the yarn under that red thing before you put it in your feeder. So you started at the odd needle with putting the yarn under the hook, then behind the second one, under the third one, and under that red piece between the third and the fourth needle. And now we're gonna knit back. I shall make it more close up. We keep a little bit tension on your yarn. We're gonna turn back and this is what you have to gonna watch. This piece yarn around that red thing is gonna slide off. Look on the other side. This thing is gonna slide off while knitting backwards. And then you give a little tug so it's a nice and decent stitch. Then you're gonna knit further backwards. This is your first knitted stitch. But you're gonna turn further till that yarn piece goes under the red thing on the right of the first needle. So a little bit further and there it goes. You see it goes under and then you're gonna turn back. And then you always have to watch carefully that the stitch is around those two red pegs and the stitch is not around those two red pegs. You're gonna get a tucked stitch. So you're gonna knit. Sometimes you have to push a stitch down. You're gonna knit and you're gonna knit. This is your third stitch. You're gonna knit until your yarn is slipping under this red thing just left from the third stitch. And then you're going to turn backwards and that yarn over this red thing will slide off as we're turning back. And then you give a little tug on your working yarn and watch carefully what's happening here. When you give a little tug, it will make a nicer edge. have to push this one down because it wasn't right under those, around those two. And then further until just left from the first stitch, it has to go under, and then you're gonna knit back. This one is not down, so I have to push it down. Now I am moving the machine all sides around for showing you what to watch carefully. Normal, you leave it standing and then it goes smooth. It will go smoother, but you have to watch that each stitch is around those two red pegs. If it's not, push it downwards, and then after passing the first or last stitch, your working yarn has to slide under the red thing just next to the first or last stitch, and when you go back, it has to slide off, and when it slides off, you give a little tug, so it's gonna be a nice edge. This is basically, oh, I make a mistake. I turned a little bit too far, so it's gonna be under the wrong bag. So this is basically flat knitting, flat panel knitting. That's all it is. But how we gonna make popcorns? I'm gonna show it to you. For making popcorns, you turn until the second needle comes up. Keep in mind that you're still watch carefully that everything is going as it's supposed to. When the middle one is up, you do this every 6th, 7th, 10th, 9th, 8th row. How larger the amount of rows, how larger your popcorn will be. Okay, you take your knitted piece and you see those bars in the middle. And you take this bar and you put it over that middle stitch. And be sure to push it down around those two pegs. And then you start knitting further. And start counting again. Starting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I decided to make the 7th stitch a new popcorn. So we're looking at the bars and we take a bar. This is the one we used to make the first popcorn, so we take one after that one and we put it, watching through the camera and doing things is slightly complex. So this is the stitch we did the first time. So we take the bar, just the next one, and we put it over that middle needle and make sure we push it downwards, and then we're gonna knit again about 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 rows. I do not really count anymore because it goes a little bit on feeling. So now I'm gonna make another popcorn. This is the last one, so I pick up one of the bars just behind and put it over the middle needle. Push it downwards. Be sure that they're both around those two little red pegs. And then start again, counting rows. You can do this as long as you like, till your yarn is finished or till you are done with it. When you've got this in your fingers, it goes really fast and it is nice. I think it's really soothing to do, and it makes really nice popcorns. I always use the middle needle and the middle bar, because then the stitches will be of the popcorns will be nicely organized is not the correct word, but when you use other needles or other bars, it's gonna spiral, but that's nice, but it doesn't make the popcorns come out very nice. So always use the middle bar and the middle needle. That's about it. And then when you think you are done, you have to cast off. Make sure you knit it and you end it at the right. Cut off your yarn as you are used to. And then you knit without knitting another round. Make sure each stitch is downwards, or not another round, maar you are gonna pick them up, but you had to release them from the needles, so you have to turn a little bit further, and then you just simply take them off. And this is just a little swatch, and then that's how you create your popcorns. And it's really nice when you hang them in your tree with your other Christmas decorations you can make with your addi. If you like this little video, give me a thumb up. And if you don't want to miss anything about my new and upcoming workshops, join my channel. See you next time. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.